of those people believe that one ding-dong individual. They couldn't think for themselves instead of going checking it out for themselves. And that's what you all did. You've all heard it for the last 5, 4, 3, 2 years. Someone saying something this bad, this. You got the faith. You got the faith because it's that good. That's how I believe in it. Onpassive has strengthened my faith. Not in just listen. I would say when one of the big reasons I retired is I gave up on people. I couldn't take people anymore. Why? Because the people I worked who made more money than anyone in the United States, as far as I'm concerned, with no education. They complain, they bitch, they moan. And I'm thinking, oh my God, you guys are making more money than anybody. You got all the overtime and complaining. And you know why? Because the jobs, they just sucked. They weren't happy because they weren't happy with what they're doing. Even though they made that big money, they weren't happy. And those people, honestly, will never be happy. All right? Because they stuck themselves there. I made a decision after 32 years. I'm done. I don't want to do this. I knew nothing about Onpassive when I retired. Nothing. Peter Shore, I'm still going to give him a bunch in the nose there. Nothing about Onpassive. 6 or 7 months after I retired, I got a phone call. Hey, Pete. 10 minutes he's telling me all about it. I was in. And I don't listen, I'm not going to say one of the great things they say is, even if you don't know nothing about it, get in. No, I understood what Pete said in 15 minutes to me about how great this is and what it's going to do for people. That's all he needed to tell me. But the problem is when we go out and you listen, if you show somebody anger, they're gonna really see anger. But if you go out, when you talk about Onpassive, I talk about it with a conviction. I talk about it because I love it. I talk about it because I know it's going to help people. I told that lady tonight, I'm only telling you this because of you. This has nothing to do with me. I said, I'm going to tell you this, and I meant it. You are going to commit suicide when you realize what you just gave up. And I can't let that happen. You were not paying attention. And she said to me, I appreciate you being so transparent. I'm going to go read the notes. And that's all it took. The conviction that I had, the belief that I have in this company is something every one of us needs to show people when we talk about it, because it's that great. When someone opens up that ecosystem door, I want them to feel exactly what I feel. The emotional part of it, the realizing there's people in different countries who have absolutely nothing, and we're going to be a part of changing their worlds, their lives, educating them, giving people, listen, ain't none of, I'm going to tell you right now, ain't none of you, and I can look at and say, have made over $300,000 a year. If you did, you're lucky. I want you to understand this. Take your calculator out, and I don't do this much. 25% for $93 is $22.75. Get out your calculator and times that. Let's say 5 years, which I know it's not going to be that long, times 10,000 individuals that between your efforts and the company efforts became Onpassive and just joined O Connect. Do the math and tell me how much that is. And then you tell me what you do on a 40, 50, 60-hour work week for the peanuts that we all make. And understand this, you're working for that money. Onpassive is doing it all for you. And all you really have to do is give it a little bit of effort. I want you to think about it. And I'm not thinking about the money here. I don't want you to think about the money, but just think about the difference. Money is not going to buy you happiness especially if you're mean, because you're always going to be mean. But money could sure make you feel a lot happier and also can help a lot of people. Every one of you on here right now that I know personally that are struggling, I'm going to call out Lori Lund, because I never would embarrass her. I knew what her situation was 2 months ago. Do you see her frowning? You have no idea what this young lady has done for the last 2 months to keep herself afloat, because she knows what's coming her way. I'm not giving up, Chris. I've never given up. And God bless her soul for that. I have been blessed beyond my whole life. Hard work, great family, great job. Why am I here in this company right now? This family. Because it's going to change everything about my life. Remember what I told you about leaving a footprint when you die? Think about that. Start writing your obituary now. Tell me what you really, I don't want to see the old boring. I'm going to go to a funeral tomorrow. Same old boring obituary. And I started writing mine 3.5 years ago because this company is going to take me to places where I can actually say they're never going to forget about me. Ron, I'm sorry. Back to you, buddy.
No, you don't have to be sorry, buddy. I appreciate your passion, Chris. I really do. It's very rewarding to hear you speak. Marty, you wanted to come on and say something, or Ash, did you want to say something before I go to Marty?
I was going to ask you, out of curiosity, Menu Show, is it combined with you, or?
I think so.
Yes, we are combining, and Minu's show doesn't mean anything when you're here, and this was going hot
don't
already.
Say that. Okay, no, we don't mean anything without Minu's show. That's the correct way.
Menu is part of my show.
So what you can do is, if you already have a link, are you able to modify it? Is a custom link? Put the same link as Ron. Yeah.
I do have a link.
It makes me feel bad.
She can put this link in her meeting area, and most of them are here now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Yes.
Yeah, they thought Ash was playing trivia.
No, everybody in my
Does that
group.
require brain?
Yes.
All right, I'm out of here.
No, it doesn't require a brain.
You have to be a good guesser if you're a man. Now, if it's a Bible question, Ivy Mix has got it covered. Okay. Go ahead, Marty.
well, Chris, thank God you didn't have anything, huh? God. Anyway,
You love it when he doesn't have anything, right?
oh, I absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Every day he tells me right before we turn on the live button, Marty, I don't really have anything. Great. I'm thinking that's great. That means he has a lot. Anyway, in the beginning, I tried to do what Ash did, but obviously he blew it up, and I'm glad. But I can tell you from my perspective, when I was in that world of whatever you want to call it, how corrupt it was as far as what business model is it that 98% of the people fail? And you know it before you get in. And you know the people you're talking to that most of them are going to fail. And you look in their eyes and you tell them, no, follow me, you're going to do well. And eventually it starts eating at your core. And even when I had a little success, then we'd have to stop and say, how can we bring people with us? This was all wishful thinking. And what made it worse is a couple of the gurus, supposedly, that I got to meet personally would lie to people. And that's what put me over the edge when I finally said, I got to get out of here. If there's not, if Onpassive isn't out there somewhere, I didn't know the name, obviously, I'm done. Because I just didn't want to do it anymore. And the guy told me he would blow people up. He would say something to somebody, oh, you're doing unbelievable, you can't believe it. And reality is, when you know a little more, that he's lying to them. He just wants their payment for another month. He just wants a little bit more out of them. So me, being a big mouth, I said, I don't understand why you lied to him. I have no idea what you're talking about. That person did this, this, and this. If they magnified that times 10, they would fail. So why would you tell them you're on your way to success? It is a bald-faced lie. Now, obviously, I wasn't in that business much longer after that, but that is what is going on in this world. So I thought, man, maybe there's something there, because I just don't like the idea that even when you get to the point where you can try make your own traffic, and we could, and the most painful thing of that is you open another rock you look under another rock, and you're using people, whether you like it or you don't like it. You're using everybody you meet. You're looking in their face, and you're lying to them. Maybe not on purpose. Obviously, I wasn't doing it on purpose. But when I came into Onpassive, which I've been looking for my whole adult life, I didn't know what it was. But after I got here, I realized what Ash is talking about to me is that pyramid flipped upside down. Everybody is the 1 or 2%. Everyone. Now, how far you want to go, how fast you want to run, but you got your domain. And like you said, you know, I remember companies, they would bring up the ranking that Mr. Mufareh brought up. Oh, we're ranked number 50,000 in the whole world, or 100,000, or 1,000,000. And after he said it, boom, bells went off. If Mufareh and the company, Mr. Kamal, the whole company wanted to blow up Onpassive.com, they'd be number 1 in the world. They have no desire to do it. They want everybody to blow up. And that's the part of the company that keeps me awake. It's the part that's why I do lives. Because I know every one of you, and Mr. Mufareh has said it a million times, find out who you are. What is the quality that you were given by God or whatever that you can do what you want? And I'm gonna give you a scenario that I brought up before. When you're a kid, in your mind, there's no walls, there's no fences, there's nothing to stop what you believe you can do. And as time goes on in your life, you start to see these walls closing in. Until one day you're 25, 30, and 40, you got a family, you're working 40 hours a week, sometimes overtime because you're not making enough to survive. And now you have walls and they're pretty tight. And you have in your mind convinced, I don't belong on that side of the wall. And you see successful people and say, well, they're lucky. That's bullcrap. Well, what Onpassive did, now it's going to take us a while to get this, the walls are down. There is no walls. Zero. When it finally hits you, and what is part of that? You have your own domain. You are going to be the biggest PeterRogers.com in the world. The wall's down. I'm going to give you the pig story. I can't help it. I went to Illinois. My uncle owned a pig farm. And he said to me, because I was a city boy, and there was a bunch of cowboys out there, we're going to push these pigs into the new field. The new field's got big, tall grass. It's beautiful. Pigs just rip this quarter area up. So they just take down the fence and walk them over. It's sort of a piece of cake. Even a city boy could do that. And they all lined up, and I'm saying, take the electric fence down. They'll walk right past it. They'll go right into this new field. He took the fence down, and those pigs would not cross that imaginary line. They walked up to where that fence used to be, but in their mind, there's a freaking Great Wall of China. No joke. And they stopped like air brakes. I mean, and I'm going, I said to my uncle, why are they stopping? There's nothing there. In their mind, it's still there. And once one pig got his foot over, they all went and they talked to each other, hey, this is cool. And they started running. But that's us in life. These walls get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Then we think we deserve it. Then something like Onpassive comes out and is knocking down the walls. And it scares people. What do you mean? I can go over there? No. Marty can. Chris can. This guy, no bullcrap. All of you can. You take that first step and find out that fence isn't there anymore, and then run like hell. And Onpassive, you can run, you can fly, you can soar. You'll never, ever outrun Onpassive. You'll never even compete to get close to where it's going because Onpassive's walls are gaining speed across the world. And if you don't take advantage of that, that is really, that would be painful for me. I'm going to run. I'm going to go. We were given a track that you can drive 500 miles an hour. We have a car that has 1,000 horsepower, and it will go 500 miles an hour. Why would you drive it like a Volkswagen? It just doesn't make sense. And I'm not talking about my marketing and all that. What I do. I'm saying Ash gave you a suit. He gave you a cape. and you can be a superhero. And once you get that here, yes, I know I say the same things every day. 900 freaking lives. I've had somebody say, oh, you say the same thing. The Bible's never changed, and people go every Sunday. Every Sunday they go, because you need to be reminded. But when that light bulb goes off, it's magical. I've heard it from Ivy Mix. I've heard it from everybody here individually, because they come back and go, wow, this is really big. It hits you when you're open, but trust me, go past that wall. If you can put 1 foot past it, there's no limit. There's none. That's how I think. That's how I believe. I would not be here if I didn't believe everything I just said. I would not. I could have made a few bucks, but I'll never do anything else. I have people approach me every day. Oh, you got to come do this. You got to. No, I don't. In fact, I told them, stop wasting your time. And it started slowing down about a year ago, because I just know. I mean, they know it's not going to happen. I picked up a domain name, boom, and I said, just one minute ago, you know how many domain names I've had? Why? Because I have to keep rebranding, because some Mickey Mouse so-called opportunity comes up, which is the best in the world, and it dies. I thought about 3 years ago on Onpassive, why in the hell are they building a foundation of this magnitude? It just blew me away. Why? You got a 6-inch driveway for your car, and they're building 24-inch concrete pad as far as you can see, lighting everywhere. They got the pipe work, they got the electric, they got, what the heck are they building? Now you start to see all the buildings come in. You're seeing the city of Onpassive. And if you don't see where we've been, how could you believe where we're going?
Empire.
Yeah, think about this. You have a rear view mirror your whole life. Everything you do, you look in the mirror to see how to react when you're going forward. You do. Onpassive ripped the bitch off, because you don't need it. Look at where we've been. Look at what they've done so far. And I'm telling you, get your domain and fly like an eagle. Really, I mean that more than anything. And all of you are going to, because you're starting to see it. That means more than anything. I can't obviously explain it like Mr. Mufareh, but in my little way, this is what keeps me up. I go to bed at 3 and get up at 6, almost every day, because I'm thinking, wow, all the possibilities. And when I hear other people, you can hear them say, you know, you could do this and this. I'm blown away. That means they went a couple more feet past that electric fence. That's all I have, Ron.
That's beautiful, buddy. That says it all. It's about 3:30 in the UK, so let's get Mr. Peter Rogers to say something before he falls asleep over there. Peter, open your mic up for us. Share some good news from the UK.
Thanks, Ron. Well, I'm just blown away by what everybody said tonight, especially what Ash has just said. I mean, to be fair, all of it goes straight over the top of my head. There's so much to take in. I literally have to sit there and I'll have to go over this webinar again.
Peter, would you speak louder, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I'll just turn it up a bit. Is that any better? Yeah. I'll repeat what I've just said. I'm completely blown away by what everybody said tonight. You know, with Ash, what he's explained. It's been a lesson tonight, really. Listen to what Ash has been saying. I didn't really understand about domain names, really. I knew that obviously is a necessity to what we're doing, but he's obviously explained it. It's obviously open my brain a little bit more. Marty just blows me away every time, same with Chris, what they come out with. And I mean, there's not really a lot I can really add to what has been already said. I'm really excited about what's going on. Obviously with with the things that's going to be happening in the next week or so. You know, I'm just blown away. And I mean, like Marty was saying about individuals trying to, you know, to come out of their shells and to be more open, and to the way I try to be like that is what I do in the background. I mean, obviously I do my own posts and things like that. I obviously help individuals. I get on all the webinars, you know, and I do my obviously put my little bit in the chat and all that. And obviously I try and help as much as I can. And you know, obviously I'm sort of well known over here in the UK doing the different events that we have done, and I'm looking forward later on to do a few more if we get the opportunity to. But I mean, overall, I think we're all in a fantastic place, and I can't really add anything more to what some of you have already said. I'll just be repeating it. So, thanks for letting me say a few words, Ron. I'll hand it back to you. Okay.
Thank you, Peter. We appreciate you, buddy. And I read a lot of your posts, and I enjoy them. I try to post on the website over there.
I'll share something, Ron.
Go ahead, Pete.
You know, I have one regret in the last 3 years, and Chris had to call me, and I was invited to go to Boston on a very special night, and I could not get a flight back to cover my shift at the hospital. I was going to have to either stay for just that one night and leave like right after the event. And I'm like, well, where's the fun in that? And the next flight I could get, it was like 3 days later or something. And we didn't have enough people to cover the hospital I was working at. And because I take that kind of seriously, I didn't go on the trip. I did not go to Boston, and I was invited. And Chris called me right after the board lit up, and he was all excited, and he goes, I got Ash here on the phone. And I said, yeah, Ash, I'm here. I just watched a webinar, and Ash chewed me out. He's like, webinar? I just spent $1 million. And we laughed, and you know, as far as having any regrets, I regret not going to Boston that night, because the hospital that I didn't go to, or the hospital that I canceled that trip for, I don't even work there anymore. So,
But you
Ash, I owe you an
probably
apology.
saved some lives in that time because you're essential.
Well,
Yes.
What did we do? We just ate like pigs.
Yeah, I got a lot more sushi because you weren't there, Keith. So thank you.
Brother Ash, could you possibly come
will
up with
happen
another
again.
Boston plan? And
Why Boston? I have warmer
Anywhere,
places.
buddy. Wait. You missed it. We had the best time
rub it
that
in, Ron.
anyone could ever have. We had the best time that anybody could ever want when we went to Boston. We were treated like kings and queens. Okay, it was amazing.
But
And
Ron,
Ash paid for everything. That was the great thing.
The point that I'm trying
paid for everything.
I think the point I'm trying to make is it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and it was in my hand.
Many more to come.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're just warming up.
I agree, Key.
No,
I agree,
no
Key.
worries.
You missed it. Oh, mercy.
I did the phone thing quite a bit, where if I think I gave the phone, hey, someone wants to talk to you, ask Robin Noble, Key Wendell, who else did I do? I kept giving, I said, you're not going to believe I'm standing next to Ash before. Yeah, right. And I just give the phone to Ash, and then he would be Ash. You know, it's kind of fun. But I'm going to say this. You guys see Ash in a professional way on here. He really is, and not kissing butt, because that's never what I've done. He's fun. He's not this serious suit and tie. Hey, let's drink with our pinkies up some tea. He's a straight up guy. He's fun. He's educational. You don't. I'm a dreamer. I'm a daydreamer. When I was there, I never really lost thought of what the guy was saying. He was always, when he talks, he's always trying to teach you something, and then bam, he just snaps something funny on you, and it keeps your attention going. So, honest to God, you're all going to meet him someday, I'm pretty sure, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about because he's a normal dude with just a big heart and a big old brain in him, and it's all working for us. So I really do respect that. To this end of the day, I will.
But don't live in the same city with him because you never see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Ronnie, when I get there, I'll show you how to do it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. We'll all
Today,
three do a
Brother
live
Ash,
together.
yeah, we had a false alarm for somebody's birthday. I would like for him to say a couple of words. There was a video that it was Kevin's birthday. And the entire Facebook got flooded with messages all the way from Timmy Johnson to Bill Moss to everybody posted for Kevin.
Facebook
find
lied
out
to me. Facebook lied and said it was his birthday today. So naturally, I called it out, and now we don't have to wish him happy birthday in June now. So it worked out good.
I'm getting old at a record pace.
Unmute, babe, unmute.
Hi, Pam. So, Kevin, tell us what you think of all of this wonderful news.
First of all, good evening, sir. It's good to see you, and thank you for joining us. I don't know. I've been living in the Twilight Zone for quite a while. It's just amazed at everything. I had a incident, back in September that just showed me the outpouring of what I'm surrounded with. You can't put that in the words. You can't put a price tag on that. You can't. I don't think I could fabricate. I don't think I could have the best plans I could have came up with. I don't think I could have manufactured anything like that. Simply blessed beyond measure is the best I can come up with. How I feel about what I've been privileged to be a part of here. I don't know. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Chris and I, if you guys don't want to have fun, that's fine. But me and Chris are gonna have fun. We already decided. And we're gonna help a lot of people. That I guarantee you, and that I insist I'm a part of. That's what I signed on for. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm excited about, and that's what I can't wait to start. And that's what it's all about. That's what I learned here. I don't care about a lot of things. I've gotten a glimpse of what life can really be. And when you get out of yourself and see what you can do for someone else, and you get to be a one of many and a part of something like this, and I mean, what do you want? I mean, what else do you want? You know what I mean? I've been looking for something like this my whole life. I found purpose. I found something to get out of bed in the morning at 62 years of age. I'm a teenager. I've got new life. I was already on my second lifetime. I think I might be on my third. I don't know. But I am blessed beyond measure. I am truly blessed to be here. Can't thank you enough. Love each and every one of you, and I hope you realize just what we got, and it just keeps getting better.
Awesome.
And I'm only 62. I don't care what Facebook said. I'm only going to do it one a year, like everybody else. I don't need to be that special. But I do appreciate all the outpouring. I think I got more on my faux birthday than my real birthday, but whatever.
We had a lot of.
It turned out to be a lot of fun.
It was fun.
We
It's
had a
always
lot
fun.
Right,
It's
yeah.
always fun here when enough, yeah, we got our trials and we go through it, but I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, we have a lot of fun.
Right. Thank you, Kevin. I'd like for Joyce to say a couple of words, please.
Hello, Manu. Thank you so much, Ron. Exciting. Hello, Ash. How are you?
Fantastic. Joyce was a lucky one too, but in Michigan, not in Boston.
Yes, in Michigan, and that was a blast. Oh my gosh. When Chris said Ash is so much fun, he walked into Joe Mears and it's Ash Mufareh in person. It's like, oh my gosh. And so we were all there and he treated us like we had known him forever. Like Ron said, like kings and queens, and he just laid it out and we had so much fun. And, it was just so much that Ash poured into us, and to meet his wife and his family and the children, it was just amazing. And, something that you'll never forget. And
those guys.
oh my gosh.
They were still with me at the time. Yeah.
Yes. They were.
Oh,
It's like
they
it was a
ditched me.
blast. It was. And just the opportunity to meet you, Ash, was just amazing. And Melvin and I, something that we'll never forget. And you guys, it was so funny. It's like we were.
Your husband, but I was jealous, to be honest with you.
You were jealous. Yeah, right.
Yeah. It was just so devoted to DeGarmo. Like he is
I know.
loyal and exclusive. Like you don't have room for us. Yeah.
Still today, Ash, he still does that. He's like, and I it's like, I don't know what Marty said something that he loved, and it's like, oh my gosh. And I said, this is Ash, Melvin. Like, this is our CEO. This is, he's like, I love Ash, but Marty, I love Marty. It's like, oh my gosh. I wanted to crawl under the table and just float away, but we survived. So we survived. Yes. And it was an amazing time. But, it was
we tend to never get tired listening to your Boston experiences. Amazing.
Never. It's like, oh, yeah. Ash, you were talking tonight and you were saying, I was thinking about the limits and taking the limits off and what Onpassive has done. And you said, not take the limits off, but just the sky's a limit. And, and I look at that and say, the sky is just an open door now. It's just an open window with Onpassive, and it never ends. And it's something that is going to be able to leave a legacy for our family. And as Dr. Bill always says, it's going to leave a dynasty for everyone. But I'm just so blessed and so grateful that the friendships that we've gained here, the relationships and the family that we've gained, and it's priceless. And, something that would have never done without Onpassive. And, I've searched all my life looking for something like this. And then here comes Onpassive. And we found this life-changing business, and it has changed our lives tremendously. And Marty was speaking earlier, was saying how we've grown and people have grown and how we've changed. And I know a lot of us came into this first looking for money and how we were going to bless ourselves, but it changed. The whole dynamic changed. And we look at now, how can I bless someone else? So it's like, even though I want to help myself, but I want to help others more. So we're going to be able to help communities. And when you talked about the domains and all the ICANN and all those things, it's like, it's crazy, because I went on to get my domain name for joycehicks.com, and someone had it and it was like $575 or something. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. But, and I know with Onpassive, it's going to be able to change things. And that was a question I had too. With that, if someone has your domain name with Onpassive, will you be able to go and retrieve that? And
there's something called bidding. You are going to have to auction it in a way. And I know personally, I know people are making millions as domain brokers, literally millions. Like, you can get a hold of hold of like, chrisjohnson.com, okay, and just sell it to a rich guy one time. That's it.
Yes.
You're set for life. Yeah.
Crazy. Oh my.
So
that's
get a hold of a good domain or something that could sell, and you would dictate the price.
that is awesome.
We looked at some crazy domains a while ago. Some of them are like $74 million.
Crazy. Oh my. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Game
just the
changer.
domain
Game
name.
changer.
Yeah,
Totally.
you probably could buy a building in downtown Detroit. Yeah, just
Right?
not that hot of a spot. Yeah.
Exactly.
He hates Michigan.
It might be.
He hates
It might
Michigan.
be boarded
Chris, I
up.
know.
It might be boarded up though, Ash.
Michigan left a bad impression on you, Ash. We're so sorry, but you have to come in the summer. Like Chris said, we can go out to the lake.
And they didn't even take the wheels off his truck. So I don't know
No,
why.
you're not gonna believe it, Joyce. Okay. When I talk like that, it's just for fun.
Okay.
There's no way I'm gonna hit that hard on a state. No, I love always people, regardless of where they are, but places are, secondary. I don't have anything. Yeah, do I wish that they give it some more love? It's a beautiful state, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But corruption and people, probably have more selfish needs than caring for the city.
So true. So true. But again, thank you, Manu.
I would still give it to Canada. Yeah.
Canada, okay. Because you can look at Canada right there. It's like, it's beautiful.
Yes, we do. I would like to have Pam say a couple of words. You started speaking, and it's been a long, long time. You were stuck in Canada, and now you're back in States, back with Kevin. So if you would say a couple of words, please. Pam, do you hear us? Can you hear us?
Kevin, can you give slap her, please? Have her open her camera.
Right. And then after that, I saw Norel has her hand up after Pam. Hi, Pam.
Hi, how are you doing, everybody?
Good to
Hi,
see
Ash.
you.
Good to, you know what? This is really, it's been like old home week. I love this kind of a webinar. Thank you, Ron. It's to have all our friends back together again. It's been a while. But I just wanted to say hi and thank you. That was hilarious this morning about Kevin's birthday. I tried to catch it, but it didn't work. I don't know what made me quick, but Chris, I was thinking and I started cracking up. Remember that when your power went out last year and you walked into the window?
Yeah. I walked right into the window. I remember that. With my laptop, trying to show you guys, and whammo.
People were talking about the power being out, and that made me think of that.
My thing is, why didn't one of you call me this morning as soon as I said, hey, Kevin's birthday's today? I found out in the old minnow group.
You put it in the group chat.
I said to Chris, it doesn't make sense that it's Kevin's birthday and I'm just hearing about it on the live. Like he just told me, and I went, it doesn't make sense. We usually know like days ahead of time.
No, but
I thought Chris is kind of like the cute tip thing, you know.
It's a prelude, though. Tomorrow is my 5-year anniversary.
Oh. How about you, Kevin? How many years for you? I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Thanks, you guys. Have a good night. I'm listening. I don't know what happened to my camera wouldn't go on, so it finally shut down. So thanks for letting me in over here.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. We'll wait for Mr. Ash to come back to the camera, and I will have hello from everybody in Ominu group. to you, Mr. Ash. And
I'm here. I'm just
okay,
charging my
so
device. You know.
Julie Perry is saying hello. She's here. She's one of my co-hosts. And everybody in Ominu group, most of them are on Avatar, some are attending, some couldn't get in. Everybody say hello to you. And Noral, can you hear us?
Hello, Mr. Ash.
Hello, hello. Can
Hello,
you hear
hello.
me?
Yep.
Great, thank you. Hello, Mr. Ash. Lovely to see you. It's always a pleasure to be here. Something Chris actually mentioned was that he gave up on people, and that's something that really sort of stuck with me because quite a few years ago I gave up on people too. Most of your life you spend, you know, if you're a giver, if you're somebody who loves on people, it can become quite exhausting to give and not have anything come back. I went through bad relationships and things like that, but I'm not going there right now. I just want to say it is easy to give up on people, but when you find a family like this, it's hard to actually stay away. You want to come to things, you want to be a part of things. Mr. Ash, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask something about domains, and I understand about branding and things like that, but I just want to make sure this is the platform I can ask here.
Of course, Narelle, go ahead. Anything.
Yeah, so I've done a fair bit with my own website. You know, I branded myself years ago, knew that it had to be, you know, a name branding and things like that. So thank you for having every one of us here being able to have that happen. A couple of things came up for me, and one was we're branding ourselves, and with those other platforms, and I don't need to mention them, you would know them, where you actually purchase domain names and things like that. You know, you can buy some domain names for like $1.99, $2.99, $7.99 is usually the average. And it lasts you can buy it for 1 year, 2 year, up to 5 years, I think. However, for those who are unable to afford to purchase years in advance, because some names, a lot of people buy them and just let them sit or park them, so to speak. But after that, and it runs out, we're usually hit with a bigger bill to keep that name going. So narellewalkon.com, maybe, you know, and I buy that as 5 years in advance because it's my name and I want to keep myself branded. However, there are other ones that I have that I may only pay for 2 years, and then when they become available again, instead of say a $7.99 charge, they're charging now $35 for that next year, or $32 or something like that. How does that work for our domains, having that available to us? Is there an ongoing cost? You know, is it going to be an up cost for those who are purchasing domains? And also, because a lot of the .com, even .com.au, and a lot of .nets are already taken, is it advisable, or is it better for us that we're going to have .ai as our main domain platform? Just a couple of questions.
I'll start with the last part, which I think it's really up to the individual, however they want to brand themselves. It doesn't have to be AI, but if they are passionate about that, it can be. Secondly, we definitely want to leave the final setup for this and instructions for the deal for everybody in the platform to be universal and clear when we get there. But the general rule, or at least what we aim for, Narelle and everyone, is to have a flat rate on the top level domain to what's available. We don't want to get into, say, having like open cart where your bill goes up and down, et cetera, or most likely up. So that's what we're going to do to find a balance where we can say generalize and have a fair pricing level for everybody. But keep in mind, you don't just get the domain when it comes to Onpassive. Obviously, right away you're hosted already, so you get the hosting plan, and immediately there's content on it unless you choose something else. So that puts you in business instantly. Of course, given the tool also to customize and redesign as you wish. But our goal is to offer top level domains at a standard price where it is reasonable, affordable, and we're definitely going to offer terms like quarterly, maybe monthly, and annual. And perhaps when we get there, I think you're going to be surprised by some of the terms we have in that aspect where so for example, like if you don't pay your domain, if it's monthly or annual, if you're late, it could be liquidated. And mostly when it's been taken for a while, immediately the brokers get a hold of it and the price will rocket like overnight. And now you're going to have to sell your organs to get it back, okay, if you are able to. So it's not a good thing. One time, one of my domains expired, and one of the people were involved. Okay, like not on my team, but as a vendor or third party, they knew that. They immediately took the domain. It looks like they were watching. I didn't pay attention. I didn't have auto renew. They took a hold. They took it, and yeah, they were not nice. They literally hijacked it, and they wanted a ransom, and I was really mad. Okay, it was just unethical. However, there is a potential of us being brokers to add more domain features, as like to be able to sell premium domains or buy bulk domains yourself. So all those possibilities are being finalized, and definitely will make them clear to everybody when we get there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think there's anything really else. I will wait and have the patience. There was just a couple of questions about that sort of kept niggling at me. So thank you, Manu. Thank you, Ash.
So
Yeah, but Meryl, I know you know, but I just want to remind you in front of everybody here. One thing we all know, that you're just for sure, you're going to get the best deal with Onpassive.
Absolutely, and I do know that. Thank you.
Of course. Yeah.
Thank you. Caroline, can you hear us? Do you want to say a couple of words?
The pit bull is here.
You know how she says she's always cold, but I think she really is frozen this time.
Are you there, Caroline?
I'm gonna call her. Go move on to somebody else. I'm gonna get her attention to the phone.
Okay, how about our other friend from Australia, David Piggott? You want to say a couple of words? Can you hear me?
Hi, Manu. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, Ash. How are you? Just want to thank you for what you've been doing. It's the way you've brought the whole platform to every one of us. I don't think anyone could do it as professionally and as systematically as what you and your team have done. Because I know years ago I wanted to, when I first joined Onpassive, or I wasn't Onpassive then, it was GoFounders, or what I think it was. I always thought, oh, having a domain, our own website would be fantastic. And I think in an early webinar you mentioned that that was one of the dreams. And I thought, well, this will be good. And you delivered it. And it's going to be coming very soon. So I can see everyone having a fantastic time. And I know personally, I'm just getting excited day in, day out with knowing what's happening. I've gone past the the idea of what money and that sort of thing. It's just the excitement and knowing what's coming and what I can learn and where we can go with helping humanity. So thanks, Manu, and thank you, Ash.
Thank you. That was very nice and brief.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Thank you.
But you are having an echo.
That's Caroline. I got her back. We were on the phone. Caroline,
Hey, everybody. Thank you. I didn't have a mic, so I couldn't do anything. And I was scared to refresh because I was scared I wasn't going to get back on the panel again. But hey, Mr. Ash, I just want to let you know how much we appreciate you and all the engineers and everything that y'all are doing. And the only thing that I got to say is that I just know that it's been a fantastic journey up until now. I cannot wait till next week when the people in the rotator are positioned underneath us. And I just know that this has been a divine opportunity for me because I've known from the very beginning that this is where God wanted me to be. And I'm just so excited. My husband is excited. My children are not excited because they are, they think that I'm part of something of not a cult or anything like that. Now, that's what some of my employees say again.
I don't like children.
Well,
they're mostly not nice.
Well, yeah, but I tell you what, it's going to be the day is coming when they are going to eat their words. And I've got 4 of them. I've got 4 kids and 6 grandchildren. So anyway, I've got them all covered. And like I say, it's a divine opportunity for me. And I appreciate the opportunity that you've given us and my family.
Thank you. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So if you would please mute yourself.
Manu, is Dr. Bill still out there?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, Engineer Mike's got his hand up too, guys.
Yes, Engineer Mike, go ahead, please.
You clean up after me when I say something like that. Just make sure you say a disclaimer here. I'm kidding.
I was going to jump in there again.
Make sure you clean up after me always.
Mike, unmute yourself and come on.
After Engineer Mike, we go to Mark Olson.
Engineer Mike, can you hear us?
Mike's
all right, let's
not
bring Mark
working.
on.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
We can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
All right. Yep. Can you hear me? No.
That's Mark Olson. Go ahead.
Yes.
How are we all doing tonight? Great.
No, we're just beginning.
Oh, I know. Of 2020, Kevin mentioned it to me, and I trusted him, and it's been a ride. It's been a ride. It's awesome watching the growth in everyone. I got sober back in '94, and this so mirrors it. Kevin mentioned about he thinks that this may be his 3rd lifetime. And his 2nd one was in his mind. We got sober, and that was the beginning of a new lifetime. It changed how we were, and it really mirrors what Ash has instilled in all of us. It's great watching people come in and to see those little light bulbs go off, and everyone is so about helping someone else. How can I help someone else? That's the way I've been for the last 30 years, I mean, and this is really giving me the opportunity to grow more. I'm pretty technology illiterate, but I'm willing to learn, and that's what it's all about. And you guys are great teachers, You know, whether you know it or not. Chris took my idea though, going across country. That's exactly what I want to do. Man, I already got the wrap for the whole thing all set up to have it wrapped and everything, you know. I mean, I've had ideas for years, you know, and like Ash said at the very beginning of this, bring those old ideas up and dream bigger. That's yeah, that ought to be the motto, period. Just dream bigger. And it's been awesome to be able to meet people all over the world. And that like I say, that mirrors Alcoholics Anonymous too. You know, I mean, we're in every country. And once again, now I've got even more people anywhere I go in the world. I've got family, you know, and Ash, you said that, you know, you're not like a CEO, you're more like a friend. And tell you the truth, you're more like a brother, you know, and if I could treat everyone I come in contact half as much as you treat us, man, the world would be changed just in that. That's how much you illuminate through other people. You know, you're definitely a power greater than myself. You know, but yet I could probably be a power greater than you in different aspects that I know. Chris, get a trucker's GPS before you leave. Trucker's GPS.
I was talking to another trucker. He said, "Stay away from my truck stops."
There's certain routes they're going to let you that you can go on and you can't, you know. So
I will never pull into a truck stop because those guys do a lot of work. I'd never take a spot from them. I'll sleep on the side of the road if I have to.
I've slept on the side of the road many a times. You know, because somebody wasn't as courteous as what you're talking about. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you all.
Mark.
I love you all, like it or not.
We like it.
Mark. We appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Engineer Mike, are you there?
Hey, Ron.
Yes,
Mike.
yes, Ron.
Hey, brown sugar. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Thank you. I could not unmute myself, so I had to log out and get in again. Thank you.
Okay. You're
Good
welcome,
evening, everybody. Hello, Ash. Happy
Hello,
New
hello.
Year, sir.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. So I just want to appreciate you and your team for all you guys are doing for us. It was marvelous updates. Everybody was shivering with a lot of satisfaction from what we get from you all the time. When you talk about our ICANN domain name and all of registry and all of that, wow, that was mind blowing. It is we are digital technology transforming the world. You know, that's what Onpassive is. The news sector, wow. We can't wait for. We know you always cook it when it is ready, then you bring it to us. So we are just so amazed and so blessed to have you as our CEO and brother, who is also our mentor, because with all of what we know, right, we still learn from you every time you come up to speak to us. We just really appreciate you and thank your family for really sharing your time and moment with us all every time you come to talk to us. We really appreciate you, Mr. Ash, brother. So I had one, like a lot of questions have been, you know, people ask questions, but I told them, well, one day when I will see Mr. Mufareh and I have the time and opportunity, I will ask him. The question goes thus, like, we are already ready to start moving on in a very fast pace. So
will we, people who have multiple, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts, there was a time you were explaining to us that we have that option to merge all of our accounts into one OES and manage it as such. Is it the time? Will we be is the time ready for that yet, sir? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Engineer Mike.
Always good to hear you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so let's keep that for everybody in a more meaningful setting when we get there. But I agree with you. We are cooking all the times. I'm glad I love that.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Mr. Ash.
Of course, anytime.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mufareh. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
Do you need to leave, sir? Mr. Ash?
I'm here. I'm reading some of the most expensive domains ever sold. Cars.com was sold $872 million.
Man, I wonder what Ron Holbert's worth.
Wow.
22 cents. I just checked.
I would tell you, Ron. I would tell you, Ron, but you won't let us back on the show if I tell you.
I think it's $1.50.
Oh, you're my friends. I love you all. Julie Pereira, are you there?
Hey, hold 1 second, Ron. I was looking up 360.com for our 360 show.
Yeah.
We had to pitch in. We couldn't quite make it. $17 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So let's say Robin Noble want to buy something called voice.com, $30 million.
That's unbelievable.
And you could always find a way around it, like call it the voice, okay, or .net.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
We have 2 hands up. It's up to you, Mr. Ash, whether we continue.
I think he'll tell us when he wants to go.
Okay, so why don't we go to...
We'll just...
And then we go to Nelson. Pat, please.
Thanks, Manu. Thanks, Ron. I'm grateful to be here tonight. Thank you, Mr. Ash, for joining us all. My brother and my friend. When you said the sky is not the limit, sky is home.
That's one of our managers. Yeah.
Oh, that's
he
beautiful.
Proposed a project that is his dream for a while. Of course, we were getting into the details. This is probably over a year in the making.
Mm-hmm. But you can go back to him and tell him that everyone that's here tonight is 1,000% in the sky going home with you. That's what I feel.
I'm about to talk to him in a couple of hours. I'll make sure I'll say that.
And I really want to thank you for your explanation of O-Domain, because it really helped me understand more and how to go forward with it. Because sometimes when I read it, I don't understand it. So hearing it is an awesome way for myself. And I don't know about many others. I know Marty and Chris and everyone breaks it down, but sometimes it's just the mindset that you're in at that time and something can click. And it clicked. And I will be looking at to see what Ron Hubbard's worth, what Chris Johnson's worth, and myself, just to see how it works out. Cars.com, I'd never be able to afford it. So we'll never say never, because everything is possible. But anyway,
okay. Can you afford the word Z? I mean, the letter Z.com, 6.8 million.
Oh, yeah, I can. I can see that. I can vision it, Mr. Ash.
iCloud.com, 6 million.
It's our future, right?
And some names, I wouldn't buy them for $3 if I get them, and they are on sale for millions.
Yeah.
There's people that actually go in there and buy as many as they can. And
Yep.
then hopefully that someone will call a business like Z and boom,
Yeah.
that business takes off. Hey, we need that.
Yeah.
All right, we got
You
5
know
million.
that guy bought Twitter, called it X.
Yep.
I mean, if it was for $1 billion, he's not going to have an issue. What another $1 billion? He just need the domain, the name. Yeah.
I like that.
But listen, I want to say something. I was called on the spot. I came here to listen to what was the highlight of what you picked up on Wednesday, the 10th. And I was called, to kind of like pitch the logic of, domain name and domain, how we integrated that with Onpassive. But I assure you, we're going to have something more, I would say, comprehensible, okay, in a way. We just break it down and in visual and make sure that everybody understand the value, the meaning, and the logic behind it, all the necessary knowledge behind it. So this is just a raw, on the spot conversation, unplanned, raw, uncut.
Correct.
We'll have something more packaged.
Thank you. Thank you. You always do.
There was another thing, Mr. Ash, about the meeting.
Tell me.
Had was the OAI media. That is amazing also, because when I seen the video with yourself, it was so real. And as you know, I wear oxygen and sometimes I'm not able to do my videos. But if I had that avatar with AI, I could do it all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm grateful to see all this.
That's our goal, where you have to do 2 things once, okay? And then the rest is going to be as you go. So Pat will go the first time and pick your avatar, okay? So you're going to have to record some visual, and then AI will come up with some projections, let's say, okay? And after that, you will finalize it. You'll be able to customize, and then the second piece of it, you record your voice in any language. And now, when you reach a satisfactory demo by the machine, now you have defined your avatar, your visual, and your audio. Now type anything, say in English, and you want it to be said in French or Hindi or any language, there you go. You don't have to get dressed up or that's it. You do it once, but it will do the job. Like one of the proposals, the media department a while ago, they suggested to do a minute with Ash daily. Okay. So I'm
I'll
gonna have
tell
to
you
commit.
something, Mr. Ash. Sorry, I probably spend more than 10 minutes with you every day in prayer.
So, but they wanted like a daily dose in a way. Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, just a quick. And I said, I really cannot commit to that. It's impossible. Okay. Yeah, you might say it, but then also, I don't think, let's say I record 5-6 sessions once in a week and then I break them down, though you want it to be fresh, right? And live and current and relevant. But my take was, you don't want to give too much. You just, when needed, okay? And at the same time, no one can be that disciplined, all right? When it comes, I'm talking about providing value. For me to show up and let's goof around, yeah, I can do that day and night. okay, or just have a talk or let people talk or do the talking. That's different. Like if there's a TV show or podcast, they're not bringing new knowledge every time. They're asking people and others are talking, providing that knowledge. In my case, if I'm going to come, I'm going to have to provide some value. I'm going to have to provide some information, and to do so, make it reasonable. So let's sum that up. I couldn't do that, and they said, well, twice a week or once a week. I said regardless. So then we came up with the idea of the robot. So I don't even have to physically do it. The communication, executives can write something. If it's fine, then push that in any language we want.
Awesome.
And that is very useful. So I don't have to do that every time. I could text them something on the phone or by email and just load that to the machine. And there you go.
I am grateful for that.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr.
So I find it useful.
I will too.
And fun. Because everybody could get better. You just tweak it until you're happy. All right? So I'm sure you realize that the avatar is much better looking and more eloquent than the real Ash. That's
me
good.
Too.
It fixes me.
Yeah. It'll have makeup on every day and things that I don't do.
You could have a blast with it, definitely.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you, Pat. Amazing. So we go to Nelson. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Hey, after Nelson, just
I don't know how to say your last name.
After Nelson gets his thing unmuted, I want to hear from Julie Pierre and Ivy Mix, just personal, because I love them both. I want to see what they got.
Okay. Okay. I checked with Julie. Okay. We can't hear you, sir. Still can't hear you. Do you want to go without your headset? You have to unplug your headset.
There you go, Nelson. Still can't hear you, buddy.
Not sure if he unplugged it, Manu.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Put it down.
Did you unplug that, Nelson? Unplug it from the computer.
If you like to refresh and come back, we'll bring you back. Please refresh and come back. Let's go to Sherry. There's Sherry. Sherry, can you unmute, please?
It's already unmuted, but there's nothing.
That was my city.
You said Sherry, she thought you said Siri.
Can you hear me now? I'm back.
Yes. Yes.
So hi Ash, how are you and your family?
can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, okay, perfect. So I want to thank you, Manu and Ron. I'm so glad you have your show back. I love it.
Thank you very much. I love being back.
Yes, and so glad that you're back 100% health as well. So I just had to say that I always remember Ash always said, we are not thinking big enough. And spot on that. And we only know like a little percent of what this company has. So when he says that, you have to really keep going on your brain and thinking bigger. And I don't just mean money-wise. I mean helping our world, whatever that entails. We know that he has tangible products. He's talked about several things in the past that are still in my brain. Tangible products and things that are going to help our world and change the world. And we will. And when he says we will own it, it's not just the internet. It is everything. I always picture it being everything, whatever that entails. So all of that gives me the chills because I've always wanted our world to be different, positive, more loving. All of that. Have people more time. To me, that is so special because everything he's laid out so far, which he in the will continue, it's all about people's time. And when you have time, you're apt.
Because of him.
Mm-hmm. And when you have a smile on your face,
I'm gonna turn my camera back on.
So to me, it just feels knowing everything's okay. It's knowing that everything is okay. And
Sherry, unmute your mic, Sherry.
I don't know how far you guys heard me at all. Did you guys hear me at all?
You're breaking out.
Did you guys hear me at all?
A little bit, Sherry, but you have a real bad connection where you're at.
Yeah, this happens at this time. This happens at this time of night. So I just want to tell you that it's all about time, and Ash has given us all time, our time back, which is priceless. If you can't hear me, I will just end it and saying thank you so much from the very bottom of my heart. And each and every one of you are important in this world, and you matter. And that's why Ash made this whole thing to help our world to be more better and more loving. Thank you so much. Maybe I can come on another time when I have better internet. It's always bad at this time. Thank you so much. I love you guys all to pieces.
Right. Thank you. So I'm hoping before we go.
Actually, it was good, Sherry. Yeah. At the end, it worked out fine. Yeah. It got better. But you do have a good memory, by the way. You remember many good things.
I try. And I remember that you had something that has to do with helping your memory all my life or something.
What about it? What about all my life?
Did you have something that had to do with keeping your memory going?
Yes, it is all my life. You're right. You have a good memory.
Perfect. Well, I'm still going to need that, though. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I enjoyed talking to you, and prayers for all you and your family and everybody on the team, all that you do.
Thank you.
All right, we have Frank, Julie, Perry, and Ivy. Frank, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ash. And I have one concern, one question. Thank you for the opportunity. And thank you so much for what you share with us and continue to do for us. My question is, many of the affiliates are not able to be part of meetings like this, such great meetings, simply because they do not have access to the O-Funder back office, where mostly the links are.
Also, Frank, some poor audio.
Yes, I'm having
Now
difficulty. I can't even put on my camera. Is it better now? Can you hear me?
we can hear you better now. Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Yes, my question is, many of the affiliates, if not all of them, are unable to join such great meetings like this. And even the last webinar, the corporate webinar that you had with us, simply because mostly the links are placed in the O-Founder back office where they do not have access to, unlike as the early birds. How can we get them involved, or what can we do for them to be part of great meetings like this?
Very good point. Yeah, very good point. And I tell you, I do have a few good scenarios for that. Not final, but remember my contacts. That's something I want to make sure that we have in place, integrated with every product. It's already there, but not to where you're going to be able to select a group, people who would show interest in that. So initially, you would share it with your team, let's say on ONET or anywhere by omail, and once you have your contact, it will be an invitation directly to them, so they get like a notification in their ecosystem in their omail where they do that. So one of the scenarios is, as of now, is to post on ONET, and we have more people now in the system that are not in O founders. So it does make sense to rely more on the ecosystem than O founders. And of course, we know O founders is going to come to an end at some point. So if you have any suggestion or any proposal, for now, I just think, the best way is to share it on ONET and build a contact list.
Thank you so much for that
Of
answer to my
course.
question.
Yeah,
And
we're open to ideas, obviously, like to generate a link and share it. But obviously, we want to make sure it's also not in violation with the lineage of the affiliates and customers. So if we open it for everybody to broadcast to everybody, you could imagine you might have a wonderful intention, but someone could abuse the system, and that's where the challenge lies. But
thank you.
if we build the list, electively people want to see frank sessions, then anytime you select that list and they will get an invitation in their back office, connect, there will appear like, invitations. Okay. So there will be a list of invitations and you're able to join in your calendar. So we're actually revamping that dashboard of the OConnect session uh, before you come to the live session, like in the back office, where it's going to be like just a few widgets. You know what? Like boxes there.
Yes.
Create a webinar, history, upcoming webinars, invitations could be one of them. Things like that. Yeah, be simple, elementary. But if you have an idea, or you want to think about something and try to pass it on, and we'll see what we can do. Just
Thank
be,
you.
mindful that we cannot open everybody to post to everyone.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
of course.
All that you do for us. I'm not sure. Most of the time you do the update session, I was thinking probably it could be in the update session and in the OES.
Yeah. Yeah. But for example, if we do something by the company, that is different. So we can make sure we can post it to everyone. These are side conversations, if you wish, and we don't want to overwhelm people by having so many, and they think they're going to have a commitment. So that's why, for example, what we talked to Narelle, I mean, we don't want to go too far where it is unfair for those who are not here and they're not invited. If they knew, probably they would, and we cannot do it that frequent, then people are going to have to be pretty much available around the clock for these pop-up sessions. But if there's something that is by the company, it is important for everybody to attend. It's either they're going to see the invitation or the recording at some point.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for all that you do for us.
Yeah,
Appreciate
of
it.
course.
Thank you. Thank you, Frank. I'm glad you were able to connect tonight. You go to Ivy. Can you hear us, Ivy?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening, Ash.
Good evening.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to speak. And it's not only when you come that our hearts are warmed, when you keep our hearts going all the time. Anytime you come, you leave us with small words which are instructions, and I carry them into my heart, and I believe it's for all of us. There was a time you came, you said share. Then another time you said we should create, be yourself. Whatever is in you, there's something we have in us, and you want to see it. You say it so much. You want that creative thing that God has in us, that everybody should develop it. Tonight, you've talked about a location. Where is your office going to be? Who are you? How are we going to find you? Is something that I'm going to take to my heart. You leave us with instructions in a very simple way. Thank you so much. On the 8th of January, they launched the Vulcan. And on the 10th, you came on this big first webinar that we had. And I was thinking of the time you let us watch the Artemis when it was also launching. And I know that you are propelling us to great heights. You've made us better than we could think of. And another time you came, you had an instruction. You said your mindset should change. We listen to every word, your heart beats. What is the mindset we should grow every day? Now I'm in gratitude. I've brought what you're doing for us together. I'm already enjoying what is going to come. It's not going to come, it's already here. So we are grateful. Thank you for your presence, your power, your wisdom. We love you. And tonight, the only question I would have asked to ask you, which usually I think before I ask, is if I have a domain name already, how is it going to be incorporated into the one we're going to be having for Onpassive? Thank you very
Ron,
much.
tell her, bring it on. Yeah, transfer.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on, Miss Ivy. Bring it on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all the kind words you said, and I mean everything I say. And I was actually thinking about you after our last chat, and Brother DeGarmo couldn't stop bragging about you too, and how genius you are, and how. So I'm on board with you, whatever the direction is. You're doing great.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And
Yeah, the
I'm
location
glad you go to.
and here's what is it okay, Minu, if I want to add
Oh,
on the
absolutely.
domain? Thank you. On the domain aspect, I often said before, there are many people who claim to send you to places, or they promise you to send you to places that they've never been to. They claim, I want to send you to your financial freedom or skyrocket your business or this and that. They've never done it. They're passing on the same text from maybe one guy who did it, but a million people are saying it. It doesn't make it true. And it is important that we are only sharing with you and giving you what has been tested and what works and what we know for a fact can take you to where you want to go, because we've done it over and over and over. This is not the first time. I'm not guessing. Yeah, maybe we should need it. Okay. I know for a fact you probably didn't know as much now, but one day you're going to realize how silly for somebody to think, or pathetic to think, they're going to get somewhere at any level of success without having their own domain or having full control of their business identity or the web address. You're going to realize how important, how crucial for you to have that. You may not know it today, but then you're going to realize. And the reason I'm saying this, in a way, I'm saying, trust us. We know what we're doing, and we know this is the only way that works for you. And all you need to do is follow somebody who's done it at a big scale. We have done this. We know you need this. So we're not saying just follow us and we'll see what happens. We're not guessing here. We know what is going to happen if you don't do it, and we know what will happen if you do it. You need it. It's essential. You've got to have a domain name if you want to go places. Ivy, do you know what the stamp said to the envelope, or the envelope said to the stamp?
Take me to where I'm going.
Stick with me, you go places.
Okay.
Crap!
Stick
I thought
with
it was.
me.
I thought it was lick me, and I'll take you anywhere you want to go.
Something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I like to say, stick with me, you'll go places.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. And maybe Susie will say, I lick you and I will stick with you.
Do I have to do it, Ash? Don't make me have to do a disclosure right now. Come on.
You can do it.
Oh, Lord.
Right. Anybody has the lickable stamps recently in the last 5 years?
I do.
I haven't even seen one.
I have lickable stamps.
Yeah.
And we can believe that, Chris.
Yeah, you got Q-tips too.
I swear to God, I have lickable stamps.
Yuck, Chris.
What's yuck about it?
You know, if you wet your finger, it works the same, right? You don't have to spit.
There's no fun. I got tons of saliva, man.
Saliva. No, man. No.
It tastes nasty, Chris.
I kind of like the taste myself.
Tape it, yeah, or digital, yeah.
You like gasoline smell too, don't you, Chris?
I love gasoline smell.
Sometimes
All right, Ivy. Okay, so stick with us. You'll go places.
Thank you.
And don't get ahead of the company.
Oh yeah,
I like what you're saying.
Be in it. Be in it.
Thank you.
And stop Googling and trivia.
Yeah. Put your hands behind your head and interlock your fingers.
I will follow those instructions, Chris.
Ash, I like you're saying too, don't get ahead of the company.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah. Because we're not creating a solution for one. We're creating a solution for everyone.
Who do we have next, Minnow?
Guys, if you're not speaking, can you please mute? I keep hearing someone sucking the coffee down. And I know where it's come from. And try to stay all muted till you're called. Thank you.
All right, we have Nelson coming back. Nelson, can you hear us now? Actually, we needed to hear you. Nelson, are you back? Oh, who's drinking coffee? I'm not sharing.
That's as bad as Marty last night.
Yeah, and you thought it was me. I'm telling you, I guess it's in the 100 panel. It's in the top guys group.
Let's go to Listero. Say it again.
Is that a new soundbite?
Yeah.
That was
Minnow, go to the next person, Minnow, please.
All right, Listero. Can you hear us, Listero?
Yes, I can. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Ash. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes. I was apprehensive about raising my hand before because I keep looping and freezing. But I have a question for you.
Where are you? Why are you freezing?
I'm in the country, and it's a small
Is it cold
town. Sorry?
Is it cold where you are?
Oh, it's cold. We are having a snowstorm tonight, and into the weekend, it's going to be horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I heard that. 25 centimeters, I guess, right?
Well, I don't know if it's that much. I think the last I heard it was 22. But we will see.
Still a lot of snow,
Anyway,
yeah?
I'm sorry?
Still a lot of snow, yeah.
Yes, well, my kids and my grandkids are so happy they can go snowmobiling this weekend. They wait for this all winter.
Pass. I pass.
Me too.
I went on once.
Send
My
pictures,
grandson begged me, and I sat behind him. And oh my gosh, he says, "You're going to be fine, Nami." I said, "I don't know," but I was fine, but it was so cold. I don't think I'll ever go on that again. No way. They can go really fast.
Yeah.
She's not an exhibitionist, Flash.
What is that, Ron? I told Ron, Ash, I told Ron when I meet up with him, he's going to be sorry. He's going to be so sorry. He's got me to deal with. Yes, Ron?
Looks like we need
Go ahead,
another
sweetie.
disclosure.
You know what I'm interested in? If somebody can make, are you able to create a poll now? How many people, I'm curious, genuinely curious to know how many people here are with us. Let's say we have 1,100 live. How many would change their residential address? They would move to another place, whether it's a different country, state, city, location. But
Can you do
I'm
that,
curious
Minnow?
to know how many people will relocate if they have the opportunity, whether it's financial or not committed to a school or job or everyone. Dave, okay. All right.
Well, who's the host? Run a poll. Come on, let's use our product.
I moved to the country after living in the city for 30 years.
Okay, that's fun.
I'm in Illinois. I thought it was obvious.
Where would you go? Yeah.
Right in between Chicago and St. Louis.
Oh, you're going south. Okay.
Central Illinois. They call it the heart of Illinois.
The heart of Illinois. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go to the foot.
Yeah.
The more
I think
south,
it's more
the
like
better.
the
Yeah.
armpit.
So most of you would consider that. Is it fair to say? I don't have accurate statistics, but is it fair to say almost most of us, like a high percentage, that will.
I work best in San Diego.
It's beautiful there too.
Oh yeah.
You gotta love Mexican culture to be there. Yeah, lots of tacos and.
It was a good time.
I would like to stay here still, but different, different location. Still in the same town, but yeah, same town, but different. I would be owning a home instead of renting.
Different home. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's you know what? If you think about it, somehow it's a little sad to see most people that's not the place they would reside in. Just for somehow they're stuck there. And life goes on and life's up and they have lived somewhere or they worked in something they never liked. If you think about it, that's the bare minimum level of freedom we could acquire if we're successful. We shouldn't have a problem to choose where we're going to live. Somebody likes, the cold. Somebody likes the warm. Somebody likes west, east. Yeah, you should be able to go where you like. It's not worth it to get through life not living where you like to live.
Ash, I chose to live here, okay? My sons and so on, they're all here. I love it here. The only thing I don't like is the internet problem I have on and off.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, but what my plan is when the apples start to fall.
I know one thing, only God is perfect, yeah. You're not going to find a perfect spot.
When the apples start falling, I want to have a place in a warm island somewhere. So summers up here, winters in a beautiful, warm location.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
And you deserve it. And life is not worth to live something different.
Yeah.
This is what you like. You should be able to do that, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I have a question. In OpenAct, every time I go to share my screen, it tells me access denied. It's been ongoing. I cannot share my screen at all. Have you any idea why it would happen?
So can somebody make her co-host and try to do that now? What device are you using?
Desktop.
You are co-host, sir.
No, I'm not.
No.
List. Are you talking about Lister? Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Let me find you again.
You said, I'm sorry, Lister. What are you using now? Laptop or phone?
Desktop. iMac.
Desktop.
I got her.
Okay.
I got her.
Okay.
iMac. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's test it around. Yeah.
You should have it, Lister.
So hit that button and see what happens.
I am not co-host as yet.
You should be, yeah. I made you go refresh. No.
Yeah, I probably have to refresh.
You might have more than co-hosts than you have. What was it, 8 or 10?
No, we don't have 10. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. So I can remove some.
Yeah. Somebody doesn't need to be a
Remove
co-host.
me.
I don't need to be a co-host.
I don't need to be co-host.
Yeah, still not.
Okay, hold on.
Can you refresh this, Ra? Or?
I did, yeah.
Hold
and
on.
I'm way to the end.
Yeah, we still don't see her as a co-host.
Well, I see her right now, so I'm looking at her.
She's not a co-host though, David.
Ron, do you want to remove my second host and give it to Chris Johnson?
Are you giving me a choice? No.
It could be me not seeing.
Let me ask this too. Whoever spoke
Hold on,
that's on the
Chris.
panel, would you guys volunteer to go back to attendees so we can actually get some new people in here?
Yeah, whoever
there's a
spoke on
bunch.
it.
Yeah, I see Myra as a co-host.
Okay, I can go, Chris. You can take me out. Thank you.
I can
You
go.
can send me. You can send me, Chris.
Thank
you.
I can go to Chris.
Chris, you can send me too.
I can go to Chris.
All right, hold on. Hold on.
So you made Chang
I hit the, I hit
as a
the
host?
wrong one. I hit the wrong one. Hold on.
Yeah, wrong.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't
Put me
think
up
you
too,
meant
please.
to make him a host. Yeah.
Yeah, I meant to make Chris.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, Chris, you got host.
I'm slowly removing some of these people.
Chris, you can take me out.
Chris, do you send us back to
We have plenty of room. Just
attendee, or do we have to come back to you?
Yeah.
Somebody's got an echo bad.
I think somebody's got a mic open that's got two devices.
Hey, Chris, you can remove me also, brother.
All right, buddy. Did you talk yet,
We have
Rob?
enough.
No, but you can remove
No.
me. I'm good.
Go ahead, man. Let's see what you got, because I love you, Ralph. Come on.
Oh, man, you know, I'm here still all excited. What's up, all? How we doing? Mr. Mufareh, how are you, sir? And, you know, I'm just all excited about what's about to go down, because we know that it's going to go down starting next week, and I hope that everyone else in here is almost as excited as I am, because I'm very excited, man. I'm just loving this. You know, this is going to be the blessings that God is going to shower down on us all. It's not going, guys. It's coming. Next week, Tuesday, is here already for me. So, guys, God continue to bless all. I'm out of here. You can move me, Chris.
Copy that. Thank you, Ralph. Okay, Minnow, I'm trying to find you to bring co-host. Ron, you want to
Remember, it's act as. So, Lord, remember.
go ahead?
Let's
I
just co-host now.
can share now.
Okay, go ahead. Where did Ash go?
I don't know.
Hey, Chris, did you kick Mr. Mufareh out?
Oops. No, I didn't.
He probably did.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay, see up there, it says access to screen sharing denied. Yeah, that is what I get all the time. And I have some people that I have to share with on Sunday.
You are echoing.
My screen.
I am echoing. I have no idea why. I can hear it.
Oh my gosh.
Let's take a picture.
Everyone mute except Lister.
So I go and I go to share, and then that.
Lister, you got to unmute, sweetie.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. As I was saying,
Listra, unmute your mic, Listra. It just keep going on and off. I think you have. Do you have another browser on right now? Do you have another meeting that you didn't log out? Your mic is muted right now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ron, but we can't hear Listra. So unmute your mic, Listra.
I keep on muting and it mutes itself. Okay, no, I don't have anything on. This has been happening for months now. And I thought, okay, it would fix itself. I reached out to Chris and he says they're working on things. Just hold off.
Ash will be right back.
And I did hold off, but I tried it last Wednesday and it's the same thing. And this weekend, I have some people that I want to show or connect. And I can screen share.
Do you have another account, Listra, that you could use?
I do have other accounts.
But remember, new versions coming out very soon this coming week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Lister, you were a host when you tried to share the screen?
Yep.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever done it before this?
Shared my screen?
Yeah, before.
No, I have never been able to. Whenever I try, that's what I see.
See, on my
does
screen,
it ask you to choose a site where to go? So at the top left-hand side, there's usually two boxes. Share this screen, and it'll give you a choice of like going to the ecosystem or going to a website and things like that. That needs to come up for you to actually click on which one you want to share. So it doesn't just go to where you are. It actually asks, it comes up when you click on share screen up on the top left-hand side, or it'll drop down a box if you've got a few tabs open, and you have to choose which tab you want to share. So if it's like a part of Facebook or YouTube or something else on share screen.
I don't see all that, Norel.
You have to choose that. It should drop down. That's what I'm saying. So if you try again and click on, share screen, up on the top left-hand side comes up, I think it's two boxes. One that you have to choose which URL, which tab that you want to go to. You click on there and then it will bring up that site.
Okay, when I click on it, okay, what I see is choose what you want to share with OpenConnect AI.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to share the entire screen. Okay.
Yeah.
So I click on that, and then it tells me share.
Okay. Does it show you a
drop down in there, right? And when I click that, then it says share. I go to share, and it says access denied.
Because it should drop down like a URL, like your tabs. It might have how many you've got
the
open.
middle of the screen, right?
Well, mine comes up in the top left-hand side. So
this is in the middle of the screen. Everyone's on here, and I click on that, and then the share is there for me to click on. And when I click on it, that's what I get all the time.
It should be coming up with those two boxes, I presume, but we'll wait for Ash to hear what.
See, my screen says that Listra is sharing screen.
Yes,
but she's not.
No,
Listra,
I'm not.
Oh, have you exited out of it? Did you exit out of the screen share? And whoever's the host can take that back anyway.
Well, after I click share and it says access denied up here, I'm out of it.
You should be able to.
No.
Yeah, you should have a red X in the top right that you should be able to exit out of. But the host can take that back if Ron or
while we're figuring that out, let me call the order of people waiting. After Listera is Dr. Bill, then Engineer Sushanta, then Satya, then Anna from Australia, then Chang Yang, Carmela, Abdi, Dr. Benny, Julie Wen, Marcian, and then Engineer Mike again if we get to that part. And Marianne. Just to let you know, I have your names down. So.
Minnow, Ron, I'm going to call you guys in a second on the phone, so mute yourselves, please.
Okay, and you are the second host. Okay.
Who's not talking? Minnow, you're muted.
Okay, so after Listero, we go to Dr. Bill and we'll go from there. I was surprised as long as Mr. Ash stayed with us tonight. I thought it was going to be
Are you calling me to come on board now?
Dr. Bill Listera is still not done, and we're waiting for Mr. Ash to check back in.
I chased Ash away. I'm sorry. I'm kidding, Julie.
He's coming back, guys, but he does have to go to a meeting in a little bit. So. But he is coming back.
Lystra, if I may, showed you really quick what Narelle is talking about, Lystra?
I looked and I don't see anything like that.
Yeah, let me share the screen really quick, if you don't mind.
No,
So
not
you
at all. I would
share,
love to have this resolved.
Yeah, so basically what you do is you click the share screen, you know what button to click, and once you click on it, you have to choose. You want just to share the tab, or do you want to share the window or your entire screen? And so I'll take a picture and I'll send it over to you. So you have to really, you have to pick what you want to share, right? So when you pick it and you highlight, like for example, if you want to do entire screen, you just pick the picture of the entire screen and then share. So
That's
then
what I've
you
been
share the entire
doing.
screen. Yeah. So I mean, you know, in the meantime, before we have a new version, I'm sure you have another, you know, account that you.
Oh my gosh, my whole room is on the screen.
You're
I'm not gonna.
beautiful.
I'm not gonna say anything.
You don't.
So let me.
You don't. You're in enough trouble, Mr. Ron.
Lystra, I'm sending you the image, okay?
Okay, thank you.
But that's the first time you've had 800 people in your bedroom.
Oh, I know. The whole world.
Disclosure.
Oh.
Where are you sending it to me, Julie?
Just Messenger.
All right.
Do you see that? You could choose.
Now that's
So when
exactly what I see every time. So choose where? Choose what?
It's just whatever you want to choose. So I would suggest this when we finish with this. If you want to set one up, I'll sit with you.
Lovely.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'll sit with you.
Thank you, sis.
Just make a meeting and I'll sit. I'll do that with you. Okay.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. You're always there to bail me out, miss. I appreciate you.
Welcome.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. Since we're on that
What did he
topic,
say again?
I mean,
I'm sorry. I didn't know my mic was on. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's you, Marty. I thought it was Ron.
I see that Mr. Ash is back. I see the avatar.
He made me do it.
Oh, he made you do it. Okay. You guys are ganging up on me. I'm just a wee little thing.
Yeah, I'm not going in that bedroom. I'm not going in that bedroom.
I was talking, Julie Wynn.
You're not welcome in that bedroom, Chris.
Yeah. Guys, Ash is coming back, but his laptop is not fully charged and he's got to go to a meeting. So he would like actually to wrap it up. That's okay.
Let's, Chris, if we can, let's just take 2 more people because I've got to close it down. I've got things I got to do too. So who's next on the list? Manu, 2 more people. Sorry, folks, but we can only go 2 more people.
So after Lister, we go to Dr. Bill, then Engineer Sushant.
Okay. All right, I think Lister's done. So you say Dr. Bill's next?
Yes.
Dr.
Hey,
Bill,
Ron.
open up your mic.
Are we open okay?
Yep, go ahead.
Hey, Ron, Omanu. Good to be with you tonight. And it's after midnight here, so happy Saturday. I had a couple of quick things to say. The thing Ash likes best is seafood, I think. And I wanted Ash to know that we opened up the Seaside Oyster Bar here in Swanee. They have seafood towers. So when you come through Atlanta, you feel like you're right there in Orlando or up in Boston.
Wow.
I do know Carolyn Mackey's children. You remember she was talking about her children?
Right.
Well, I know them, and they don't bite. But I do know that she's right. Children do not follow their parents' wishes every time. It's very true. I had a question for Ash that might be interesting if he wants to answer a short question. We have a lot of people that have joined that are just affiliates. They were not founders. They joined since we stopped having founders, and they're affiliates, but they haven't bought OConnect. How will we market to those people?
Ron, you got to mute yourself, buddy. You're echoing out of you. Hey, Ash is not here no more, Dr. Bill.
Okay, so
he had to go.
Okay, no problem. That'll be the $21 question, How do we bring
I will
in the
forward that
affiliates?
to him, Bill. I will forward that question to him. We'll finish first.
I'm sure there's a great mechanism. I'll turn it over to your next speaker. Good to see you all.
Thank you. Thank you. So if Mr. Ash is not coming back, then we'll save everybody else for another session. Hopefully.
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks, folks. I appreciate everybody that's joined us tonight. It's been great. The socialization has been great. The questions were good. We're gonna do more of these type sessions. I kind of like this kind of a platform because you get to know a lot of people and where they're going and what they're thinking. So Of course, we'll have our guest speakers too. So once again, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody being here. I want to thank Minnow for all she's done tonight. You know, I've been trying to get her to be my co-host, and she's been doing a lot of things in the background for me. So I told her earlier I knew I would find a good co-host. So she just
it's a pleasure.
She doesn't like to speak a lot, she says, but I think she did pretty good tonight. What do you guys think? Hey, thank you, Minnow.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. I want to thank Mr. Ash Mufareh for joining us tonight. That was a surprise and an honor. I hope you come back. I know you got drilled a little bit, but you know how founders are. And I want to thank Julie Wynn for getting me in the back office tonight. I appreciate it. I want to thank Kevin Rutledge for my graphics that he's done for me. And Chris and Marty, I want to thank you guys, of course, for being here and putting your 10 cents in worth. It's been awesome. So at this point, I'm going to say good day, good night, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, and y'all have a safe journey.
Ron,
good night, folks.
Before you go, Ron, hold on.
Okay.
Ash texted me, wanted to say thank you for having him. He said everyone needs to get some rest. He's got to go to a meeting, but let's do it again next week. Okay? That was his words.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Sounds
you.
good. Sounds good. So you heard him. Next Friday night. It's Friday night with old Ron and friends, and hopefully Mr. Mufareh. Good night, folks.
Good night, Ron.
Good night.
Lestra, I am opening the meeting. I'll see you in a bit.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ron.
Ron.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye, Ron.
Thank you.